Thanks, Ernie. Had a beautiful spring day in Boston, spring where playoff basketball is a mere formality. And this year's opening round features a rivalry where many of the game's greats have participated for both the Sixers and the Celtics. And of course it starts with Wilt and Russell, Jones and McHale, Cowens and Cunningham, Pierce and Mutombo, Darryl Dawkins, Chief and Moses, and of course Dr. J and Larry Legend. And now in 2026, Brown and Maxey headline the latest edition of this playoff rivalry. One right now has Boston up 3-1. As we welcome you to NBA Courtside, presented by Michelob Ultra. There's the Eastern Conference brackets. Cavs and Raptors all deadlocked. Same with the Knicks and the Hawks. And of course, the Magic surprising everyone. They're up 3-1. And good evening, everyone. Along with Richard Jefferson and Tim Legler, Mike Green on hand. Lisa Salters with us as well. It's been an interesting series. They split the first two games, then game three, a 1-point game with 2 minutes to go. Celtics hit big shots, and then they dominated in game four and have that commanding 3-1 lead. So, Legs, let's start with the Boston Celtics. You know, clearly we've seen the numbers the Stars are putting up, but they're playing some beautiful team basketball. What are you seeing from them?
Well, you're right. They get it up and down their entire roster, and they represent a unique challenge for defenses. You have to give maximum effort, but you also have to have maximum communication because they can just shoot you out of a game, and that's exactly what happened in game four. When they get rolling like this and they're forcing you to play catch up to the basketball in their half-court offense, most likely you're never going to get there. They spread you out, they beat you off the dribble, and then they move it to the open shooter. And you can take a look at what they did to the Sixers on Sunday. And they didn't make their first three till late in the first quarter. Still ended up with 24 makes, which is a record for the playoffs for this storied franchise.
An incredible performance for the Celtics. Meanwhile, for the Sixers, they finally got Joel Embiid back. He put up impressive individual numbers, but they didn't get what they hoped for from a team standpoint, Richard. All right, so now to have this series go back to Philly, what's the key for them?
Well, Joel Embiid is a former MVP in this league, but the most important player on this 76er team is Tyrese Maxey. You can't have your most important player taking 4 shots in the first half. He's got to push the pace. He's got to find early threes in transition. This will keep the Celtics on their heels, finding easy buckets. He also has to push the pace to create for B.J. Edgecombe, finding angles, finding lanes. That is the most important part for the early transition of the 76ers team. At the end of the day, Joel Embiid has to be the highest level complementary player to this supreme backcourt.
Those are the numbers for the starting backcourt, but 34 minutes for Embiid. He will be back in the starting lineup tonight. With more on that, let's check in with Lisa Salters. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Mike. Well, we're told that Joel Embiid has had no issues after playing in Game 4 on Sunday, coming back after less than 3 weeks after that emergency appendectomy. So with Embiid once again on the floor, the focus for Philadelphia, how to get a different result in Game 5. Embiid said before Sunday's game, he'd only gotten up and down the court once since the surgery back on April 9th. So even he was a little surprised that he was able to play 34 minutes. But according to the Sixers, Embiid's body has responded well. He will not be on a minute's restriction tonight. And as for once again not being 100% healthy for the playoffs, Embiid said it stinks. But he said, what can you do about it? Cry? No. He said, I've just got to deal with it and move on. This has been NBA Courtside, presented by Michelob Ultra.
NBA Courtside is presented by Michelob Ultra Zero. Zero alcohol, just 29 calories.
Welcome to the NBA playoffs presented by Google. We are here in Boston for the first round presented by Popeyes. After Jason Tatum suffered a season-ending Achilles injury during last year's playoffs, it seemed unlikely that Tatum and Jaylen Brown would be able to make another postseason run together this soon. And yet, here they are. Since becoming teammates 9 years ago, the Jays have ushered in a new era of playoff success here in Boston, having won 77 postseason games and 15 playoff series. A win tonight would make that 16 and would give them an 8-1 record together in the first round. Tonight will be their 25th closeout game together. Tatum has averaged 25 points in the previous 24. Brown, 20.2. Lineup and tip coming up.
NBA First Round is presented by Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Getting here takes everything.
Nothing is guaranteed. We're not guaranteed to win the next game. We just got to come out and play and earn it.
He did it again! They have smothered the Sixers in back-to-back games.
But staying requires more.
Our season on the line, so we got to play desperate.
Intensity is a part of the moment.
Nadia shoves Castle.
I feel like if we're not playing with that kind of aggression, we don't want it bad enough.
In the moment is inevitable.
De'Aaron Fox, unconscious. Area 51, reverse slam.
We knew that this would be a big game, a game that they wanted.
When we're physical and we're playing our game, we're great. We can't let them punch us back.
A game for the season, to conclude or continue.
Are you going to give up or are you going to try to come back?
To take the next step, stay present.
Job's not done. We still got another game to win.
Game 5? Game 5, baby. Let's go.
Welcome once again, Boston, Massachusetts, for Game 5 between the Celtics and the Sixers. They're hoping for a clinching first-round game tonight for Boston, and for Philadelphia, hoping to send it back to Philadelphia. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Metro, by T-Mobile. You look at that starting five for the Sixers. That is a really talented starting five. The question has always been if healthy. Meanwhile, for the Celtics, this team all season long has been one of the real stories of the NBA. Fourth best record, and now with a chance to move on to the second round on their home floor. But as we've seen, if anything from this first round of the playoffs, unpredictable surprises, so you never know. And certainly getting over the mental hump. So let me ask you guys to start. You're down 3-1. You just got pummeled in the last game. What's your mental take as you come on the floor tonight if you're the Sixers?
Well, and for me, in this situation, it's one game at a time. We believe that in the first game, we're going to be okay with Joel Embiid, but in the second game, we're going to be even better. So extending this series. Win one game here in Boston, and then believe that you can continue handling business as it progresses.
Well, there's really two things here for Philadelphia. One component is your competitive spirit. Are you here with the right mindset to keep your season alive? But then it's also some of the technical things you need to clean up to defend this team better and be more efficient offensively.
Of course, one of the keys for Philadelphia, get off to a better start. As we see our crew, that's Brian Forte with James Williams and Kevin Scott here tonight. As the game the other night in Philadelphia was 34-18 after the first quarter, a real rough start for the Sixers.